Hello to everybody online. Acknowledge my tardiness. Been here. Didn't notice the time for that part. And if we can make sure our phones are on silent so that you know. Look, it's all ones and threes. It's all ones and threes right now. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I feel that everyone is going to join us. Or is everybody getting ready to leave out there?
Is what? I think there's some's coming in and some's transitioning.
Okay.
They'll
So-
feel the vibe in a minute.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just energetically hold the space for anyone that will be coming in any, at whatever timeline they're coming in. At whatever timeline. And then in a moment, if that door is on the track, if you would slide it shut, that way we can.
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah.
That's it. Right there.
It is now.
Yep. Sweet. Good morning. All right. It feels so calm right now. All of a sudden, feels like everything just went like calm. Does anybody feel that?
What?
Did it-
Sorry, what? What are you talking about?
I just asked if everybody felt the calm.
Calm? No.
No. So what are you choosing to feel instead of calm?
Irritable, agitated, weak, low in energy.
Yeah.
How's that for being honest?
Well, I'm glad you're honest.
But I'm going to listen carefully and, just be aware of how I'm feeling.
Okay.
Not create any interference with, it's that's my thing. No, I don't want to create any negative. I'm just feeling crappy, but that's, I'll see
I
how I can
understand.
participate, benefit, maybe even add something.
Yeah. I think you already have added, so I'm grateful that you're here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My mom's joining us from Indiana. I'm curious what the weather's like there because it's chilly here. She says she's feeling calm and at peace. So let's just kind of start to anchor in and become present to our bodies. So just take a couple deep breaths, your pace, the depth that you want to take them. And just notice the weight of your body, the presence of your body, the sounds around you, the sounds of your breath, the sound of the cars driving by, the birds singing, the sound of other people. And always go back to the sound of your breath. Feeling the energy of your heart beating, the way your brain works, the way your lungs work, the way your stomach works, the way your digestive system works, the way everything works together right now. And together we'll take a big breath in and just let it go. Cool. So this is Body, Mind, Spirit. I'm Jane. And I would like to do a check-in, a body check-in. So Alan shared what he was feeling. So I would like to just go around and just in a little nutshell, how are you feeling? Your body, your mind, and or your spirit. And if we'll just clarify what.
Kind of cool collective.
The 3 C's. Got it.
I'm feeling very good. My body has some aches and pains due to age in my knees. My mind is working on positive things. It's trying to transform and do good things. And my spirit's good. I
Nice.
feel connected.
Right on. Thank you for sharing. What about you?
Oh, good right now. Feeling really good. Like, I don't know, like calm and nothing. spirit feels calm, feels good, it's rejoicing. It's changed throughout the day because this morning it was rough.
Can't hear you.
I was just saying that this morning my spirit was kind of shaky, but now it feels real good. It's real good.
Nice. Thanks for sharing. My body feels pretty good today. It's been a little, like yesterday was like, I don't want to be here. And then I was like, too bad, because you are. My mind feels very clear and calm, almost empty, because I'm not letting my mind be concerned about anything that I can or cannot control. So it feels like it has nothing to do. And so then my body starts to react at the thought of not having anything to do, because my body feels like there's always something I need to do.
You've
that's
always got something to do.
the way-
You're one hell of a busy person.
I know. And my body will react when I'm not in a moment where I have to do something in this now moment, because my body is so used to the running. It's almost like if you've been holding a box that's heavy for a really long time, and when you put it down, it almost hurts to straighten your arms, even though that's the relief. It's the opening back up, but it's been in this contraction for so long that relaxing actually doesn't feel good. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, and so my body's kind of moving in that space where it's like, if my mind is calm, but my body is used to being so contracted and constricted with all these things, with the thoughts that have fed it to be tense, then if the mind is letting go, then my body is following suit, but then my body doesn't know what to do with that. So it's a very, good morning. So it's a very interesting place. So my spirit's just kind of like watching it all go down. Like, I don't know, what are you doing over there? I don't know. I guess we're doing it together. Yeah, no, okay, good. Which I'm curious, have y'all been feeling busy or not busy? Do you feel like you have time? Do you feel like you're running out of time? Like this, I know it's only Tuesday, but so far, and then today, is today the same or different?
For me today is different. I was feeling real busy and overwhelmed. I mean, even this morning at about 3 something this morning, and I had to kind of force myself or welcome myself to just, like, I'm gonna take some breaths, I'm gonna meditate, talk to my higher power, and just let him take it, and just try to be at peace with the weather and with our business. And when I woke up this morning, it was still a little bit kind of, I guess maybe the transitioning, but it wasn't as difficult to get up this morning as it has been the past 2 weeks or so. The aches weren't really there, because yesterday I woke up, I don't know why, my foot was just hurting. Probably just because of the mood I was in, because I was just like ready for whatever aggravation was coming. And I had myself hyped up. But today it was just like, okay, whatever's gonna happen, we're just gonna flow with it, and it's just been a better day.
All right. Thank you for speaking to that. I'm gonna wrap back with that.
I've been feeling very tired.
Yeah.
I still do my routine, getting up at 4 and all that stuff and all the things I do, and which are very rewarding, my meditation and all that, and getting to a commitment by 10 o'clock. But it's like I'm thinking I have to walk to town, and I'm going, oh, I don't want to walk. And that's just not me. It's a beautiful day, and I should be loving walking. And so, and I'm lazy. I've told you this before. One of my behavior problems is sloth. I'm learning that. And I have lots of time to not be sloth. But I just don't feel like doing anything but what I want to do.
Nice. Y'all ever seen a sloth?
Yeah.
They are so adorable.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, they literally just hang out and then they sleep and they wake up and then they move
They're so
just a
slow.
little, and they are, and there's nothing like them.
And me, I'm like them.
Exactly, right? Except you don't carry all the algae on you like they do. They don't move fast enough so they can like grow all this like moss, basically like a fungus algae all over them. They're so funny and kind of green because of it. No. Yeah, how you feeling with your? Have you been
I'm good to
feeling?
go. Protein in me, I'm ready.
How have you been feeling? Do you feel the same as you have been, or have you felt a shift?
I just look up in the sky every morning, every evening, and try to count the streams of clouds,
Mm-hmm.
and whether it's poison or not.
Mm-hmm.
And for the past couple of days, it's been just like the sun's been blocked for some reason, and that's the first things I try to notice. Everybody's looking down either at their phone or just looking down. I'm looking up.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the moon this morning?
No, I did not.
I saw it. I went outside and I was like, "Oh, hey, moon, you're up right there, big."
And yesterday, I saw yesterday.
Was that? I didn't miss it. Okay, so
What's the phase?
it's coming out of the fullness and into the new.
Oh,
So waning, yes. Final answer. I don't know. Yeah, Alan, is there anything that you would like to speak to?
What?
Is there anything that you would like to speak to? If the way you're feeling now is like what you have been feeling, or is what you're feeling new?
Yeah, I've been going through a rough period. Some health issues and taking a lot of medication. But I'm I've got goals. I've got projects. I'm determined. One important thing would be to regain my driver's license. That's a major thing right now, and then trying to find some part-time work. I got a few leads, so I'm trying to do that. That would be, especially if I can do it virtually. So I applied to this one agency, tutoring children. That's because I've had a lot of tutoring and mentoring experience, and I like doing that. So I'm working on that too. In the meantime, trying to get exercise at home and regain my strength and mobility. That's the challenge.
Thanks for doing it.
Got to.
Right? This so we had the Easter weekend, right? And whatever it is that our individual practices and beliefs are, this past weekend, for the majority of the population of human, something was celebrated.
Somewhat.
Right? Something was celebrated. Right? Something was.
Right.
For most people, whether it was a celebration of a fertile time, the celebration of the resurrection, a time of rebirth, of spring, and a bunch of other things that I'm not going to list because this isn't the spiritual one.
Mhm.
But, so like this past weekend, even when we look at the cosmic dance, I don't remember what planets did what, but all these planets were like in these like really dope alignments where it was like the equivalent to the cosmos saying, hey, Earth friends, you're going to go through a change. You're going to start to go through a metamorphosis. You're going to go ahead and blossom. You're going to go ahead and resurrect. Like that was even the message of the cosmos, right? And so kind of sitting with that, because I held ceremony on Sunday and the concept was around rebirth of the new earth. and what the difference was between resurrection and rebirth, right? And there's a part of me that's like, they're about the same. Resurrection, rebirth, like there's not much of a difference. But there's a little bit of a nuance of a difference. To me, if I tear down this building and then I resurrect it, it's going to be similar. We're going to know that this is still PRN, right? Like it's in the same location. It's got some of the same doors, whatever. Now, when PRN moved locations from Hawthorne to here, that was a rebirth because it changed everything. It wasn't recognizable. You couldn't find it. There's a whole other building. Now there's a respite. It is a totally new thing. It's still PRN. Either way, they're both still PRN, right? So there's this nuance of a difference. So when I think about that, when it comes to myself, the resurrection is that I'm still with the parts of my body. Like I didn't go over the weekend and get a new spleen and a couple new feet. Right? I didn't go to Target and be like, you got those size 10s on sale? Yay, Because I got them. Anyway, but so there's a part of my own self that is being resurrected, right? Where I'm still having my body and I'm going to honor this body more because I've known now whatever is staying is here to stay, right? It's kind of like if I tear down this building and I resurrect it and I choose to keep the doors, those doors must mean something if I kept it, right? They must be pretty special if I kept those doors. Well, so far we've made it with this body. So apparently there's something pretty special about these bodies because we haven't completely lost them. There are parts that have shifted. I was telling Robin earlier that I'm doing a parasite cleanse right now. So there's literally parts of my body that I've been hosting that are dying, because we all have parasites in us. It's a part of the diseases that we can get, which is weird. Oh, it's so weird. Anyway, but we have this body that's been changing, is changing, but we have this something stable with us. Like all of our bones are still the bones. Okay. But then I think too, though, like we are changing dramatically. We're having new job opportunities, right? New opportunities to make a change, to have our voices heard, to be seen in new ways. Maybe some people who've never seen us, maybe people who haven't seen us for a while and they see us again and they're like, who are you? You look different. You feel different, right? Because you've gone through a rebirth, a total change, a transformation. You went from the caterpillar to the butterfly. The caterpillar didn't resurrect. It was reborn into the butterfly. But like the story of Jesus, like he was still Jesus in that story. The sun that comes back in full force is still the sun. It's not a new sun yet. So thinking about all of that, just the physical, what that means when the cosmos moves into planetary alignment. Because y'all, we're just this little baby follicle on a grand scale of a giant rotating disk or orb in the cosmos. So if you tilted our plane of existence this way, we're all going to feel it if it was out of nowhere. So if you put the moon here, sun here, Jupiter here, Neptune here, Venus here, and you put them all there, it's almost like spotlights, right? So now it's like all these spotlights that are bouncing and refracting off of each other and aiming down on us. That's like getting hit by a wave, right? A cosmic wave of some cosmic energy. And our little bodies have made it. First of all, that's amazing that our bodies are literally here today and they made just this weekend, that we survived through this weekend. But then there's this feeling of a lot of us are feeling calm. A lot of us are feeling calm, not all, but a lot of us are feeling calm. When I think about being hit by a wave or spending a lot of time in water, and then when I get out, I feel like really relaxed. I feel maybe tired, maybe it's not, I don't know. I feel calm, right? I feel like that's what many of us are feeling. And it's almost like, I'm just going with the flow now. But then there are blips, right? Like maybe last night or early this morning or moments where something in our physical hurts. And it's like, oh God, wait, this is my reality. God damn it, I don't know what to do. I need to deal with this. And then it's like, oh wait. It's all fine. It's fine. Doing the best I can. I remember I'm here to breathe. I remember I'm here to have fun. And we give ourselves the reminders, right? The mind will step in and remind us. It'll guide us back to the heart. And to me, that's what this past weekend was a really big, peaceful heart activation. So that means that moving forward, if we choose, because that's where it goes to what Alan first said, which was about free will. It's all free will on how I choose to think about what I'm experiencing. And that will dictate how much longer I'll be experiencing it in that mindset that I'm experiencing it.
So how do you keep the mindset going of an open heart or a compassionate?
I think oftentimes, I love that question. I feel it's telling the mind to shut up. Like, it really is. The mind doesn't have to be thinking about everything all the time. The mind can just like step back and just let the eyeballs look around, right? And notice those clouds and notice the sun and notice the moon and just be like, whoa, I'm not thinking about anything right now. Whoa, I was just thinking about not thinking. Wait, did I think about not thinking or was I not thinking? Or am I letting the mind just play the whole time? You know? And that's just to get the mind to be still and quiet enough. If I am accustomed to always hearing conversations, television, radio, YouTube, scrolling, something is always talking to me, then when I turn all of that off, my mind gets really loud. So the practice over whatever time is to turn off all of those types of distractions and be with my mind to let my heart heal the wounded mind so that the mind can be open enough to trust the heart and let the heart lead the way.
What about vibrations and frequencies?
Same thing.
That wants,
Oh.
you want to relax.
Yeah, that's totally different. It would be different. Everything has a polarity. Everything has both sides to it. So, for example, what if I'm listening to mantras, which are like affirmations or meditations, right? They're guided. Someone's talking to me and I'm following it. Okay, that's a really beautiful, great tool to let the mind that is maybe being harmful in its thoughts to kind of take a back seat and get reprogrammed. So then maybe the new affirmation is, joy runs to me and through me because I am that. Joy runs to me and through me because I am that. Joy runs to me and through me because I am that. I say that to myself for 5 to 10 minutes. $20 says that my mind after that's like, I can't think of anything else except joy's running to and through me because I am that. And not, what's wrong with you? Right? So those things can be such a beautiful tool until we use them as a crutch. And then we're using it to not let our mind be open to a possible other voice, a higher voice, our higher self, divine guidance, whatever the words are that we use for that. So both ways. You know, am I using it to support my healing? And then if I taken it so far that it became a crutch, you know, and then being able to learn that with discernment, you know, am I able to use frequencies to support my health and wellness? And can I also not use them and just use the frequency of my breath and my thoughts? And be able to play with all that. Because the mind is a funny thing. It's so funny. Whenever I think of will, you know, I think of like the solar plexus, right? They say that that's our space of expression, basically. It's our personality. It's the way we show up in the world. It's the fire. And I think that that's only partially true. I think that it is true for that. And I think it's not true because I think that will comes from the choice of the mind.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes the choice of the mind follows that divine inner flame. or the mind is just following its old habits and repetitions and ways of thinking or speaking. And that's the work. Like old me, if I would have woken up at 3 a.m., old me would have, depending on what timeline, I'll just pick one. Old me in the more recent years would have gotten on my phone and scrolled and, maybe like gone on some dating app and scrolled left or right, or like I would have done that. And then I would have laid back in bed and I would have been like, whoa, I'm really awake now. Okay, well, maybe I'll smoke something to go back to sleep, or whatever. And now it's like, oh, I'm awake. Okay. And then maybe I do go outside and I look at the moon or the stars, or I breathe, or I have a conversation with Great Spirit or whatever, I feel like I was going to say something else and I forgot. It happens. I know. Oh yeah. Never. I'm the girl that's like, turn your phones off, squirrel. Oh, can't think. So I feel like, yeah, I don't know about y'all, but like I feel that there was a big shift this weekend. And not like a big shift, like a smack me in the face. I think Saturday, because it was so cold and rainy here, like it supported me to not do anything.
I did.
Yeah. Did you do anything Saturday on that gross day?
I wanted to, and I was a little bummed out because I had intentions on getting out. And I get tired of scrolling, so I was like, I'm gonna go out and meet people. But then the rain came, and I was like, you know what? It's okay. And I just embraced it. It took me a couple hours.
Yeah.
But then
Right.
I was like, you know what? It's cool.
Yeah.
That's just the herb saying, nope, stay inside right now.
Yeah.
And I found out why.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Because it gave me the opportunity to process everything and conversations that have been happening, that needed to happen. But I feel like had it been a really pretty day and I got out, I would have never processed those things. And I needed to take the time to process that stuff
Yes.
and get okay with it.
Yes. There's this part of our human that we need to do that I don't think we are taught how to do it. So we don't have a pattern of doing it, and it's integrating. There is a point of time that we must integrate all that we have done to process. It's like when we turn off our phones, just turn it off for 3 minutes, you turn it back on, and all of a sudden it's like brand new. I didn't even do anything. I just turned it off. I let it reboot, right? And part of that rebooting is integrating. It's processing. It's like letting all the data of all that I have experienced just sink in. And whatever the gifts were gets to actually sink in. And anything that I experienced that really wasn't made to stick, I get to move it through, whether I feel it or I release it or I don't pay attention to it. It just naturally happens, like whatever. I made a post this morning about this. Like so many of us just are like thinking about the next thing. Like, what do I need to do next? I just did this thing. I need to do this. They don't, like, I don't bask. Like, when was the last time that you, like, not just shared something great that's going on in your life, but just allowed yourself to, like, sit and really feel it so big.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh my God, I got this opportunity. I just got to do this. I just got to do this thing. I just got hired in this place. Oh my gosh, I get to go do this thing. Whatever that is, I walked up the flight of stairs today and I didn't get out of breath. Like, whatever that is.
On Saturday, I do a big book study at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I love it so much because I'm getting educated and I love the people who do it. So I got up and I had to ride to the place.
Wow.
But on the way back, I had to go to CVS. And I didn't, and it doesn't open until 10 o'clock, the pharmacy. So she had to go on her way and I had to stay there. So I had to battle, so to speak, the bus, the rain, the should I put on my plastic or just use my umbrella, and just all that stuff that goes on with you. And in the past, I would have been bitching up a storm, man. I would have been F you and F this weather and oh my God, I can't stand it. And this time I just
Humble yourself.
did.
Yeah.
And when I got home, I said, congratulations, kiddo.
Yeah.
You did that great.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for speaking and doing that and sharing that. Yeah.
I hear her do all that talking, and I appreciate it. But you know, well, you can't express those feelings until you get clean and sober.
That's right.
When you get clean and sober, you get so many new feelings, an attitude of yourself. You know, you just look inside something, you feel good about yourself. You know, you feel positive. And everything that's going on by you, it don't have to phase you no more. I mean, that's me. Let me talk to you. Don't have to really phase me no more. And I'm happy. I'm grateful, you know. That's why that's a way of security right there in my life. And I feel good about everything.
Hi. With who? It's not in this room. I know that.
Okay, it looks like it's big, is there another?
There's a building over there that might be with them.
This one?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and the door's on the back side.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I feel grateful.
Yeah. Thanks for feeling that and sharing that.
Yeah.
You know, like, I've had so many people that say that they want to do something and they don't have the time for it. Right? And I'm like, but you do.
Yeah, make it time.
Like, you do actually have the time. Because what they don't want to do is take the time to stop. Right? It's almost like if I want to go to Fiji.
I'll go with you.
And okay. And I'm like, oh, but I don't have the time to go. I can't take off the time. Then I'm like, but that doesn't actually make sense. You know, I don't have the time to take the break. I don't have the time to pause. I don't have the time to reflect. I don't have the time to be still because I can't afford it. Can't afford to stop. I can't afford to not do whatever it is. Train. Oh, people that train for stuff physically. You know, when I was training for the marathon, the last thing I would do would stop. You know, I was like, gotta go.
Right.
And it's like, but my body was just like, if you would just rest, hey, good morning. Like, if you would just rest, then your body will be stronger for the next run.
Yeah. About I'm chasing your mind.
Yeah. You know, and so it's allowing this just relaxing and letting the mind move from a place of presence and inspiration, because that's the heart guiding the mind then, right? Because if we're present in this now moment, the mind tends to open up.
Yeah.
You know, it's only when I'm thinking about the past or the future that my mind gets all like wackadoodle. You know, and then if we go, okay, so what if we're in a now experience where we're not feeling comfortable in our bodies? How do we manage the mind? If anybody needs to cough, my request is that we cover our mouths with our shoulders, please. Make time before there is no time. Exactly. Yeah. I distracted myself.
I know you
What
were
was
going
that?
somewhere that I wanted to go.
Oh, if the body. Yeah. So like, what do we do if the body doesn't feel good? You know, like if yesterday my body wasn't feeling the best.
Mhm.
It wasn't hurting, but it wasn't feeling great.
So what I would do is rest,
Yeah.
because I love to rest. And I told you that already. But if my body's not feeling good just because it's not feeling good kind of thing, I would still try and I'd be successful to make my commitments. And if I make my commitments, my body usually starts feeling better.
What do you do with your mind when your body doesn't feel good?
For me,
Relax.
For me, I'm I think getting to a better practice. When my body doesn't feel good, I try to figure out. Well, not figure out. I kind of just I don't know how to put it in words, but I just get into a space where I'm actually listening to my thoughts, and then I realize where they are, and I'm like, oh, well, that's probably why I feel like crap, is because my mind's on crap,
Right.
you know. And then I just, okay, I'm not gonna think about this, you know. And it's a battle, but then just more realization comes to me that this is why I feel like crap, is because my heart don't want to feel all over the place, and my mind trying to take it. So they're battling. So my body is just feeling wore out.
Because it's being warred.
It's being
Yeah, there's a war going on
Yeah.
between the head and
So
heart.
then I let it go on because I know it's gonna stop. And if I keep trying to fight against it without knowing what it's even about, or I feel like then my spirit just sitting on the side, like, okay, whenever y'all done, we'll continue. Whichever way y'all want to go with it, just get it over with.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to stop it anymore, because for what?
Mhm.
And then I'm like, actually, it's pretty cool. Oh man, he just kicked your ass. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
cool. All right, y'all done? All right, let's sit down, watch TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's just been more peaceful, and I'm learning a lot about myself by allowing to just go through instead of trying to fight against it. Because I don't win anyway.
I mean, right. We all win or we all lose. Either way, we all die.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
How I dominate pain is, I know it's a so is man thinking, so is he. If you think positive, guess what? You're gonna be positive. Think negative, you're gonna be negative. If I'm 75 years old. I don't say everybody know I'm 75 now. I don't say it all the time. Guess what? I say I'm 75 years old for a reason. I know what I done went through with, and I survived. All my family, my whole family, all my family dead. I ain't got nobody in my family alive now. But you know what? I go along every day for a reason. I try to help people. I have helped people. People try to find ways, hey, you're something. And it's sad when people think like that. I've seen it. But you know what I say? I'm glad I ain't them. I'm able to do this, able to do that. Guess what? I'm grateful for that. Because I know how far God has brought me, where He brought me from. I used to be a mess. And I'm not ashamed to say it. But you know what? Ain't that guy no more. And I said, one thing, like I said, so is a man thinking, so is he. There's a reason why. There's a reason why I deal with that. So it helped me to be stronger, make me realize who I am, what I want to do next, and all that. It feels good about that. I wish I was your age. You don't know that. I was your age. I ain't had no complaints. Know why? When I was young, I put a battery, young and swamp. I ain't got this problem. It bothers me sometimes, for real. It does bother me, but you know what? It don't hold me back though. It don't hold me back. I'm always trying to help somebody, and they try sometimes to say that I think it's bad to me, but you know what? It don't bother me. Because I thank God it ain't them.
Right on. Thank you for sharing that.
I just wanted to say that I thank my higher power every single day for my body, every single day that I can still walk. And the only pain I have is my lower back, and I take ibuprofen, and then it goes away. And I know you probably don't think I need to be doing that. I could be stretching instead. But and if I get sick, and And I go to bed and I watch my shows, and those shows take my mind off of everything but those shows. And so, mine might be a more old-fashioned way of doing things, and it's not that healthy. But I also watch my shows when I go home, and if they're good ones. They take my mind off. I don't worry. I veg into what they're doing. And so I don't know, and I was thinking, and then when my mind does something like it should, thinks of nasty, which it did today, actually, thinks of nasty, all those people are like that, they are. And then I said, oh, Robin, you're not supposed to say those things. You're not that person anymore. And so I tried to correct it in my mind and in my thoughts, and I'm still thinking about it, obviously, because I just said it. And so I don't know what all that means or anything else, but that's really the reality of what happens when I'm sick.
Yeah. Yeah, when I've learned that when my body hurts, like when I'm unwell in whatever capacity that is, I have, because I don't have means of distraction in my home. I don't have a TV. Like I don't have a way to tune out.
Right.
Which I've set my life up just that way so that I have no choice but to dive in. It's like you have to feel it, right? And so whenever I have a physical pain, I try to open my mind to the gift of it. There's a reason for it. There's a message. My body is giving me a message, and maybe the message is to slow down or to eat more vegetables or to drink more water or to not lick doorknobs. I don't really do that. But you know what I mean? Like, if I'm sick, or, am I taking care of myself? And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, you're just sick because this is just what you're moving through. Okay. And so for a long time, I tried to take the pain away. Like I would meditate on it and I'd be like, say it's a pain in my foot. I would go to this pain in my foot and be like, trying to like energetically like suck it out. Imagine like a magnet coming by and hovering and pew, 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 like blowing it out of the water. And none of that worked. Like none of it really worked. Mm-hmm. And what I have found for me is that I take the pain wherever I'm feeling it. And this may sound really strange at first, but it works for me. So you can try it and tell me what if it works for you or not. But I'll take the pain and I find the pinpoint of it. So I get it down to the smallest bit of it. So say I'm having like a big pain in my shoulder. Okay, it's a shoulder pain. Well, let me like really focus and feel into the subtleness of it. And it might actually be right there in my clavicle, or it might be right there, right? And so I'll focus on that and I get it pinpointed. And either by then it's moved itself away, it's lessened, or I'll go into that pinpoint and then I expand it out and make it like take up my whole body, not in pain, but in light. So I don't try to make it go away. I just focus it down and then I expand it in light. And then it's almost like it dissolves itself. But all that to say is that's the mind game that I play, right? Because like I don't have like a game that I can play or tuning out that I can do. So I play with the pain that I'm in. Mm-hmm. I see what I can do with the pain.
So, that doesn't really sound weird because I've tried that in a sense. So one thing that I've done is, like I said, like pinpoint where it's at, and then just kind of be like, all right, I feel you. I see you, I nod you, because I know that for me, when I was being a pain in the butt to a lot of people, just because I want to be seen, I want to be heard, I'm like, all right. And like I said, it's kind of like giving life, but I'm more like, I'm giving it a voice. Go ahead and speak. My whole body's listening now. My whole spirit's listening now. And it does listen. It's like, oh, I don't want to say anything now. Oh, really? Go ahead. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say anything. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, let me know when you're ready.
Right? That's so true. If it's like, oh, my back's hurting, it's like, oh, I feel you. What do you need me to know? Now you're listening. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. But the fun thing about all of this is that we have the free will, we have the choice on what we think about it in the ways of how it affects our emotional body. So, like, I have a pain in my back, my shoulder, my foot, my whatever. Yep. And I can either distract from it, I can tend to it, I can talk to it, I can do all of these things that we have all mentioned, right? We can accept it, we can forgive it. But it's my choice on how I choose to feel about it. I could be mad at it if I want. I could celebrate it if I want. I could tell it that it doesn't belong and that I hate it. I could be mad. I could hate my body because it's creating me pain. In fact, I could be so mad at it that I could project it out on someone else. Right? Have you ever noticed that, when we say that story of hurt people, we are looking deep inside because we see that they have been hurt on an emotional level
Right.
at some point that wasn't able to be healed. They've experienced a trauma. We forget that if I am in physical pain, I'm not nice.
Right.
It's really hard for me to be kind when I'm in physical pain.
I'm that way when I'm hot.
Yeah.
I can't think. I can't do anything. I'm sweating. I'm miserable. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, you don't
That
have
makes sense from some of your experiences that you've had as a human.
Mm-hmm.
That you wouldn't like a lot of heat.
No.
Yeah, I bet. Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And like when I feel discomfort, it's really easy for me to just be like grumpy about it, grumble at someone, be mean to someone, be an asshole to somebody because I'm not feeling good. It's easy because it hurts. So then that's where free will of choice to say, I'm going to choose to give myself grace and then a deep understanding that I do feel pain. I can feel the anger of being in pain. But I'm going to also give everyone else the grace that they don't deserve to feel this pain that I'm in either. Right? Because if I'm feeling pain because I'm hot and I'm grumpy and I'm uncomfortable, and then you come in and I don't really want you to feel this discomfort because I know what it feels like. I don't want anyone to feel this pain in my shoulder because it hurts. I don't want anyone to feel that. But if I am mean to them or unkind to them or I lash out to them, then they are feeling my pain
Right.
only in the way that I know how to direct it out, just through my mouth or my attitude or my behaviors. Right?
Yep.
And so that's where we can really start to navigate this body, this mind, and this spirit. Because it is a multi-dimensional game. Our body is going to give us one message all the time. Our mind is going to give us another all the time. And the spirit is what can bring them down. It doesn't have to turn one off, ignore the other one. It doesn't have to do harm to anyone. But the spirit is what will bring the body and the mind together. They come together at the heart, right? The heart is the spirit. And then it's the witness then, right? It's just that witness of like, whoa, my body and my mind are having it out today. Okay. I'm not going to get wrapped up in this, but I'm going to watch. Ooh, my thoughts just told me that I deserve this pain. Ooh, and my body's like, oh yeah, fine. How about this? Oh yeah, I felt that. Yeah, that tweaked. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? And to let that alignment of spirit really just be this witness to what the mind is thinking about the whole experience. Whether the mind is creating the whole experience or just judging it or making peace with it or distracting or trying to heal it or whatever. And then what is the body doing? Is the body fighting? Is the body just trying to relax? Is the body healing? Is it giving up? But be a witness to all of it. And then when I can do that, you know how I feel? Calm. Because I'm like, fuck it. You know? Like at that point, I can't do anything about it other than navigate my mind closer to love and love my body even more back to the center point. That's all I can do. I'm going to love my body as best I can. I'm going to give it what I think it needs. I want to trust that it'll tell me if it needs something different. I'm going to tell my mind it's okay that it's thinking those thoughts. I'm not going to judge it, but you better shut the fuck up because those thoughts aren't healthy. In fact, you forgot the truth, which is that, I don't remember what I said earlier, but that like joy runs to me and through me because I am that. And then my mind's like, oh yeah, I forgot. Right? And I feel like after this weekend of rebirth, resurrection, spring, blossoming, change, newness, anything is possible. That doesn't mean we have to hit the ground running and not bask in where we are now, but to just be like, whoa, anything is possible. Now let me sit with that possibility. And not beat ourselves up over how fast we need to get things done now because now we got a door opened. Like, oh, okay, I have these doors open. Just take it in stride. It relaxes the mind.
No, I think, I believe it. I know this will be. Gratitude is the answer to everything that makes you successful in life.
Unless you're taking algebra classes.
Huh?
That's never an answer. It's never an answer. X never is Y. Y is never gratitude. So it's like 3B or something.
I think if I'm grateful enough, I'm gonna treat me with respect and kindness and love and all that. That's for me. When I was doing drugs and out there, I was never satisfied because I could never get like one more.
Mm-hmm.
I always had to worry about one more from me, And I don't have to live like that now. So I just my life just a turn around a 3-8, a 3-6, a 3-8, and what you want to say. It just feels so much different now, I don't age, I'm smarter, I know better, I know what I want in life, Might not get it, but I'm telling you.
You're not gonna quit.
Nah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die trying, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm happy. Because I see other people out there, not to look down on nobody, I see other people out there, how sad this world really is. People, the stuff that goes on now, it wasn't going on in my day. The killing, the stealing, the robbing, this is a hateful world now.
Mm.
It was the world will be getting weaker and wiser. The Bible always said that, and that's what it is. It's a wicked world out there. It's totally different than when I came up.
Yeah, I mean,
Killing this stuff wasn't going on, but I see it now. It hurts me. I ain't learning. Sometimes I don't even want to listen to the music because it's the same old garbage. Somebody went away and shot 3 or 4 people.
Mhm.
It's ignorant.
yeah. So on that note, that is a reality. We do have a lot of those things in the world, and that's not the only story that's being played out, right? That's not the only story, and everybody has their own truth and their own reality that they're experiencing. So my invitation is we walk out that door, or whatever door we walk out today, and when we walk out this door today, the invitation is to let the mind be open and calm to the possibilities of the unknown.
Okay.
Choose to let the mind be open to the possibilities of the unknown.
Thank God for PIA.
I know, right? I know. So good. I know. Glad we have these doors to walk in and out of.
One of the best things on that.
I know. It really is.
That's a hard thing to do because I know what I need to go do after here,
Uh-huh.
and that's what my mind's concentrating on. But if I have to open it to the possibilities of the unknown, that can throw all that stuff away.
Why? Both can be true at the same
Okay.
time.
All right.
Like, I know that I still need to do X, Y, and Z today, right? But if I choose to let my mind be open to the possibilities of the unknown, well, that means that I may have like 10 extra people sign up tonight for the event that I'm hosting.
Uh-huh.
But right now only plan on X many. My mind literally at that point is open. So then I'm not leaving possibilities of gifts out or new experiences or meeting new people, right? So I'm still going to show up and be accountable to my commitments and be honest and truthful in every step of the way. And my mind is then going to trust my heart because my mind is like, oh, we already decided that we're going to do X, Y, and Z today. Okay, cool. Oh, so now you're letting me off the hook. I don't have to think about anything else. Okay, cool. I'll just make sure you get X, Y, and Z done. Cool. And then the heart, the electromagnetic field of the heart then opens up bigger because the confines of the mind aren't holding it in.
I got you.
So that's the invitation today for the body, the mind, and the spirit is to tell the mind, you know what? I open you, mind, to the possibilities of the unknown today.
Then like I just said, was a man thinking, so was he.
Exactly. We are the unknown. We are the unknown. So yeah. So thanks for being here with me today.
Thank you so much, Jane.
Thank you. I'll see you on Thursday at 10.
Thursday.
Unknown, what do you want? I'm not following that.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my exercise.
Hang on one second.
Jane time.
I want to thank you all for being here online. I will see you on Thursday at 10.